Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, debt slaves, search, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And so, Trump announced today that negotiations are now beginning with President Putin of Russia to end the Ukraine war. And apparently, he had a 90-minute phone call. I'm sure it was very pleasant. And Putin even mentioned one of Trump's catchwords about common sense. And I have to say, this is a great day for the world. I look forward to what unfolds from here. It sounds like they're going to set up some in-person meetings. And even though Trump didn't deliver Ukraine peace on day one as promised, I think the fact that he's doing it within a few weeks is quite acceptable. And he's made all the right moves. Once again, I'm really pleasantly surprised to see the sequence of events. On Wednesday, he declared all Ukraine aid would be halted, which is a great move. U.S. has provided somewhere of $170 billion for Ukraine aid, and of course, much of it's been siphoned off through corruption in Ukraine. And it's great to put a hold on that and take a close look at what's going on, just like Trump is doing with everything else. And I also agree completely that it's time for Europe to take their security needs seriously, and they need to take over the brunt of any further assistance to Ukraine. It's their problem, their issue, and I think the idea that they need to finance it more and not rely on the United States is also a good move. As per a discussion I had with my wonderful uncle recently, I believe in non-intervention, not isolationism, and this is non-intervention. We need to apply United States efforts carefully all around the globe in a common sense sort of way, as Trump has pointed out. And I don't think we need to really get in there and create a bigger mess than there already was. And he's, of course, Mark Rubio is the Secretary of State and will be handling a lot of these negotiations. I'm not a big fan of Mark Rubio, but he could prove me wrong now that he's Secretary of State. Trump has also pointed out there will be no U.S. troops on the ground. There will be no U.S. peacekeepers in Ukraine, and that's a very smart move as well. We won't get mission creep. We won't be exposing U.S. soldiers to danger. And of course, this completely undermines a lot of Zelensky's requests. And also, they pointed out that this is not the time for Ukraine to be a part of NATO, which is at the very heart of this issue and the very heart of why the Russian invasion happened in the first place. U.S. promises since the 90s that all these former Eastern Bloc countries, including what was once the Republic of Russia, Ukraine, wouldn't all be absorbed into NATO. And one by one, almost all of them have been absorbed into NATO. And now we have traditionally neutral countries in Scandinavia becoming members of NATO. So NATO's right on Russia's border, and this has been a point of contention. So the fact that the U.S. is not considering making Ukraine a member of NATO is another huge step. And also, I think one of the more dramatic things is Trump spelling out that we will not be returning back to the 2014 borders. And I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play out. But I think pragmatically, we have to realize that these breakaway regions have a legitimate cause, considering the oppression by Ukraine of those regions, and well documented. And the idea that somehow we're just going to go back to the 2014 borders is not going to work. And as I pointed out, this is undermining a lot of ridiculous demands that Zelensky has made. He wants to be a member of NATO. He wants UN peacekeepers. He wants nuclear weapons. He wants more and more money. And he has this delusion that somehow we're going to go back to the 2014 borders. And that's not going to be the way to move forward. I wouldn't be surprised if Zelensky gets pushed out of this. For now, apparently, Trump has made a phone call to him as well, and I'm sure Zelensky's getting a reality check right now, as well he should. Another preposterous idea by Zelensky is that they'll trade land. he'll give back Russia the Kursk region from the Ukraine incursion in trade for getting back land from Russia that Russia's occupied in the breakaway regions. So Zelensky is getting a serious reality check right now, and Trump is being the grand negotiator. He's moving pretty quickly. I think he has a great relationship with Putin, although he's not a Russian asset, as the Democrats like to complain. He's just realistic about having an open dialogue with Putin over this, and that's how you achieve things. Biden, of course, closed the door completely to having any discussions with Putin over the last 4 years, and that's not the way you move forward. So this is great news, and I have every faith that Putin and Trump are going to come up with a very pragmatic plan, and that this war will end, and that Zelensky is going to have to eat some serious crow. I'm useful idiot, don't you be one too?